All right, hello again. This is Nick Petro from the National Weather Service in Raleigh, and it's 4:30, and providing the 4:30 update as it relates to Central North Carolina impacts from Irma. Here, this is Saturday, 4:30 on September the 9th, and I'll start off with kind of a quick view of Irma and what's going on right now. It looks like it's finally begin to make a little bit of a northwest turn. Earlier when we did the 11:30 webinar, it was moving more toward the west. So anyway, starting to make that trek a little bit more to the north than just due west. Here's the latest Hurricane Center track and advisory. And not a whole lot of change there. Let me remove the current temperature so you can see that a little bit better. And of course, obviously, that's going to be a devastating storm to the west coast of Florida. And anyway, so for us right now, we got some nice weather continuing, and thanks to the cold front that blew through here a couple days ago and is well offshore. And anyway, so what's going to go on? Really, honestly, not a whole lot has changed since our 11:30 briefing. The models that came in new, really, there's not a whole lot of changes. So I'll just run through this again, try to do it a little quicker here so we can, for anybody who wasn't with us at 11:30. But anyway, this is the GFS model for basically to give a proxy of timing and where the rain may occur. Again, it's pretty similar to a lot of the other models. And as I run through it, you can see this particular model. Again, the background image is sort of a reflectivity simulation, if you will, more of a here's where the rain's going to be type situation. The arrows show wind direction, and as we step forward in time, the timestamp is down in the lower right of the image, and that's in Zulu time. So I'll do the correction or the adjustment here as we move along. So taking you right there, that's when the rain finally begins to move up into North Carolina. That's 8 a.m. Monday. And as we move forward in time, you can see, you'll see the lighter shades of blue indicating that fairly light rain during the daytime on Monday, at least according to this particular simulation. That's about midday, maybe early afternoon on Monday, so some light rain overspreading North Carolina, moving up. What we're looking for and watching is when this green and yellow gets close to our area, and that's 5 p.m. Monday. There is 8 p.m. Monday. There's 11 p.m. Monday, and there is 2 a.m. Tuesday morning. So you can see, for us here in Central North Carolina, it's going to be really later in the evening, Monday into Monday night, really when the heavier rain. Let me back up a little bit. So let me just go right back to say 8 p.m. And you can see some of this area in here, might start to get a little on the heavier side. And that's 8 p.m. Monday. But the point is that at least according to this model, the heaviest rain, as indicated by the green here, does not appear to move in until the nighttime hours. Monday night, and then here is 5 a.m. Tuesday morning, and here's 8 a.m. Tuesday morning, and you can see we're still looking at this area, this band, if you will, of heavier rain. Now, one thing I mentioned earlier at the 11:30 webinar, notice this area here where these arrows kind of converge, right, sort of in this general area, and then it kind of comes out along here. That's the old cold front that blew through here a couple days ago will lift back north again on the east side of Irma as a warm front. So you can see how these arrows kind of come converging. You have easterly winds over Raleigh and southeast winds over Wilmington. Again, that's 8 a.m. on Monday. So, that's suggestive of the warm front lifting north. And along these warm fronts, you can see, that's going to basically give an additional source of lift. So perhaps, there could be, as the day progresses Tuesday and things heat up, we can't rule out a few additional heavy batches of rain getting going here in that band. So that is 2 p.m. on Tuesday. 5 p.m. Tuesday, that's 8 p.m. Tuesday, 11 p.m. Tuesday, and then finally 2 a.m. Wednesday. You might be thinking, if you joined us at 11:30, well, geez, that seems to be lingering around a little bit longer than what I showed at 11:30. And indeed, the new model runs came in, and basically I'm backing up now. It's taking a little bit longer to get that band through us. So you can see again that where that sort of warm front, if you will, kind of slows down as it's moving north. So anyway, it may end up taking a little longer to get that band through. Also, in terms of wind speed, let me just back up to go a little bit back into the earlier in the time frame here, and this is just a kind of this is wind speed I'm showing here, and again, don't focus so much on the exact number, but sort of a trends, if you will. I'm showing this for trends and timing. So this is let me back up to 8 a.m. Monday, because this is about the time the rain will begin, 8 a.m. Monday across our area. Let me zoom in and make it a little easier to see. And again, the background image is not rain like I was just showing, but this is more wind speed. And as we can see, it looks like it'll turn a little bit breezy during the day on Monday, with the strongest winds still over to our south in South Carolina. And finally, it looks like by late afternoon Monday, we may begin to see some of those stronger wind gusts move into the southern portions of North Carolina. This green here is a 15 to 20, and the yellow is 20 to 25. These are knots, so add a few to that to get miles per hour. So as a little by late afternoon, it looks like some wind gusts, perhaps maybe approaching 30 miles per hour might be common, and that'll be correlated as well with that band finally beginning, that rain band, as I mentioned earlier, beginning to move north across and into central North Carolina. Now you'll see those colors, those darker shades tend to disappear overnight, and that's not uncommon. The atmosphere becomes a little more stable, especially close to the ground at night. So those winds should die down pretty quickly at night. So let me back up again. That is 8 p.m. Monday, 11 p.m. Monday night, 2 a.m. Tuesday, 5 a.m. Tuesday, and 8 a.m. Tuesday. And then I'm going to go forward to 11 a.m. Tuesday, 2 p.m. Tuesday, 5 p.m. Tuesday. So clearly the winds, when they die down Monday night, there's indications here that they really won't come back on Tuesday, and that's because the pressure gradient has weakened substantially by then. Even though we have that front held up maybe across north of Raleigh, there's still probably not going to be a whole lot of wind with that. So when are we expecting the best chance for some of those gusty winds? It looks like it's going to be from Monday late afternoon through the evening hours, right in that time frame right there. All right, so let's just jump over to the slides to kind of summarize all this. And so this table here, which again, I'll email these slides. I'm going to email these slides to the email list here. Probably after the new advisory comes out. I'll hold off till about 5:15 until the new advisory comes out and get those updates in these slides, and I'll send these out. But basically, wind gusts of 35 to 40 miles an hour, late afternoon Monday into Monday evening. That's a concern. 1 to 3 inches of rain. That's going to fall, from the rain anyway will pick up intensity late in the day Monday, maybe lingering Monday night and shifting north on Tuesday during the daytime. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has parts of our area and a moderate risk for severe weather on Monday. I'll show that here in a minute. And that's related to perhaps the risk for isolated brief and generally weak tornadoes. We can't rule that out, especially along that boundary. So again, that would be the risk for that would be late in the day Monday, and then perhaps maybe Tuesday morning after sunrise. So anyway, here's the rainfall map I wanted to show, and you can see again the highest rain is expected, the heaviest rain that is expected generally west of the Interstate 77 corridor, with the highest amounts in the foothills there, where there could be some localized flash flooding and maybe some mudslides with those heavier rainfall amounts. But all in all, 1 to maybe 2.5 inches of rain across central North Carolina, and we've backed that down even most recently here in the last few hours. We backed that down a little bit compared to what I had at 11:30. So anyway. While we're not expecting any, widespread flooding problems, wet roads, a few ponded areas, when that band moves through, Monday night into Tuesday morning. Maybe under that, if it comes down heavy for a while, there could be some localized poor drainage, flooding, short duration flooding situations. So anyway, this is what we're looking in terms of what we're expecting in terms of maximum wind gusts. So again, not a big deal here. There could be a few trees that are already weakened. Healthy trees are not probably going to break here or bend or fall over. But we're talking the weakened trees, the dead trees. There could be a few isolated power outages as a result of these weak trees coming down, but that's not expected to be a big problem. Here's the marginal severe weather risk, the green, the darker shade of green here. That's for Monday. Probably, Monday later in the day, Monday, as that band begins to lift north in that warm front. So anyway, and that's mainly for the risk of isolated tornadoes. All right, so this kind of summarizes the whole thing here. I would say maybe we back down just a bit from, wind and rainfall amounts from our 11:30 webinar. So that's kind of the change. But again, still can't rule out an isolated 40-mile-per-hour wind gust and an isolated tree here and there, and an isolated power outage resultant. Again, most likely time for that now appears to be from Monday afternoon through Monday evening. Again, when you add it all up by the end of Tuesday night, most places should see 1 to 3 inches of rain. Heaviest rain further west, and lightest rain, say, from Raleigh north and east. Can't rule out, again, that risk for a few isolated tornadoes. They should be brief and weak where they do occur, if they occur at all. Again, so all in all, on Monday, we'll see the weather kind of turn damp and maybe breezy as the day progresses on Monday. But then it looks like maybe we'll get into that band or two of heavier rain and gustier winds late on Monday evening. And that's when we'll probably see our heaviest rain, the gustiest wind, and that increased tornado threat. That band may lift north from Raleigh northward Tuesday during the daytime, so we could see a little bit of additional heavier rain during that time as well. So anyway, that is the 4:30 update for Central North Carolina impacts as it relates to Irma.